Hey, Charlie. So here's this is an interesting chapter 7, Prayer in Action, from our The Breath of the Soul, Reflections on Prayer. I prayed for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs. Frederick Douglass, Escaped Slave. Prayer as we know it and talk about it can be very seductive. Pray that Papa gets well, tell a child, all the time knowing that grandfather's time is already measured. Pray for a nice day tomorrow, we say casually, as if the local meteorologist doesn't already know whether it will rain or snow. Dear God, please make Tom call, or the letter come, or the red light on the next corner turn green. We recite with a kind of Christian piety that smacks more of our own desire to run the world than it does to trust God who entrusted it to us. Too often we use a prayer to forgive ourselves for being less than we are meant to be. Too often praying for it means that I don't intend to do anything else but pray that someone else will do it for us, what we should be doing for ourselves. But the situation is obvious. There is nothing done by humans that humans cannot undo. There is no reason to deny our own responsibility to get it done by foisting it on God. We must get up and do it ourselves. Or we make prayer a child's game, one step beyond magic or fantasy or folly. When we don't get what we prayed for, we break connection with the Spirit and call the rupture between us a new level of spiritual maturity. It isn't that God cannot, has not, or will not intervene in nature. There are simply too many things that cannot be explained by nature as we know it to argue for God's indifference to the world. But God does not need to twist the natural law to do it. Once, when thunder and lightning came, a more primitive people of another age argued that these things were the voice of an angry God and developed rituals of human sacrifice to appease them. It isn't that thunder and lightning were not real signs of God's presence in the world, but, we learned later, not an unnatural one. The truth is that we must pray for the strength to do what we are meant to do. We must pray for the courage to meet the challenges of life. We must pray for the endurance it will take to go on, even when nothing changes. We must pray that the Spirit of God is with us as we do what must be done, whether we succeed in the process or not. The ancients talked about 4 purposes of prayer: adoration, contrition, thanksgiving, and supplication. Supplication, what we beg from God, reminds us of our dependence on God. Adoration, contrition, and thanksgiving are simply logical extensions of the sense of dependence that reminds us that this God is our beginning and our end, not a magic act in the sky. Mantra: God, give me the qualities of character I need to do what you have put me here to do. In your name, Amen. Jesus went on a little further and fell prostrate in prayer. Abba, if it is possible, let this cup pass me by. But not what I want, what you want. Matthew 26:39. So that's it, Charlie. Matthew 26:39. We're going to have a little after eating. We'll do next one. Ciao. I prayed for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs. Action. Frederick Douglass, Escaped Slave. We must get up and do it ourselves. God, give me the qualities of character I need to do what you have put me here to do. In your name, Amen. All right, Charlie. San Pedro, bless us. Bless the fishies in the sea. God bless me. Ciao, ciao.